You know what I love about head coaching searches? We realize how little we know about NBA assistant coaches and where teams would look for a head coach. And what I've realized with the Pistons is immediately it was Ime Udoka, it was Charles Lee. Like these made sense. They made sense. Jerry Stackhouse, you're gonna throw, and Chauncey Billups, you're gonna throw former Pistons in there. Like that just makes sense. But then names start coming out of the woodwork that you're just like, I didn't think about that. Like Kevin Ollie, like where's that guy been since UConn 8 years ago? And like what is happening? And another one came up where it's just like that makes sense because here's what I've noticed makes sense when you are looking for a coach. And then don't worry, I'm going to tell you who it is. When you're looking for the next coach, you want someone who has been and seen what good coaching looks like. So you want guys off of the Greg Popovich tree, or you want guys now off the Budenholzer tree, who is off the pop. Anyways, but there's another coach out there. There's a couple that just do it the right way. And the Pistons are eyeing someone that is under a great tree, and it's the Miami Heat's Chris Quinn. And Chris Quinn has been he has been with the Heat for a long time, actually. It's his 9th season on Miami. He started as a player development coach in 14-15, and he's just steadily worked his way up the bench. Actually, on 2 different occasions last year, it says right here that he replaced Eric Spoelstra when the head coach was unavailable. So you have a guy here in 2022. I want to read you this quote so you can learn a little bit more about who Quinn is. All right, who this guy is exactly. All right. Kevin Arnovitz included Quinn when highlighting NBA assistants who are on the way up. Ask Heat insiders who most embodies the team's culture, and Quinn is commonly the answer. One league source affectionately referred to Quinn as Spoelstra's mini-me for his temperament and organizational skills. He's an emotionally stable leader who inspires confidence in players, as revealed when he filled in for Spoelstra's head coach for a stint in March and April. Quinn received his first interview for a head coach job with Indiana in 2020, while Washington gave him a look in 2021. Okay, so here's the thing that we have to understand about this. It's coming off the Eric Spoelstra coaching tree. Spoel is a phenomenal coach. He is a very, very good coach. He's the guy who got to have the Heatles, right, with LeBron and D Wade and Bosh and keep that thing together without imploding. And then he proved that he was a phenomenal coach when the stars left. He was good. People love being in Miami. He is off the Pat Riley coaching tree, right? So, I mean, like Pat Riley's been there. So you're talking about this guy when you're talking about Quinn, Chris Quinn, right? What you're also realizing is not only is he off the Eric Spoelstra coaching tree, but he's also off of the Pat Riley coaching tree because Pat Riley's been in the building helping these things. It doesn't get better than that. So when it comes to X's and O's, organizational, what it looks like to run a locker room, what it looks like to run a team effectively, this guy has no excuses not to be great. He's been there for 9 years. He has no excuses not to know exactly what's going on. Also, he's young enough, right? He's young enough. He's only 39 years old. So if he doesn't like an offer this offseason, he can go for another one, and that's okay. But this brings up 2 other points. And I think it brings up 2 valid questions, and I think we need to talk about both of them. The first one is Detroit a good head coaching destination? I'm going to make another video on this. The answer to that is yes. We have a top 5 guaranteed pick. We have Cade Cunningham. We have Jaden Ivey. We have Jalen Duren. So we have 3 guys that look like they have all-star potential for sure. Cade Cunningham looks like he can be a franchise piece. Jaden Ivey looks like he can be a superstar, a future superstar. And Jalen Duren looks like he could be a future all-star. I mean, Jalen Duren looks like he could be Bam Adebayo. Right? I mean, like, he would know what to do with these guys. Quinn would know what to do with these guys, and a top 5 pick. If it becomes a number 1 pick, it's a great job. I'm going to make an argument. If the Pistons get the number 1 pick and they have Wembanyama with the team they already have, it immediately becomes a top 5 coaching destination in the league, period. You can have your pick of coaches if that happens that are still left. And that happens in a month or so. But it also brings another question. James Edwards reported this, and quite frankly, I'm going to be real, it just makes sense to me. Dwayne Casey's moving to the front office. Troy Weaver's there, and they're going to hire whoever is best for the job. But it is known, and James Edwards reported this, they would love to give a shot for a young, up-and-coming black head coach to have his first head coaching gig. I'm all for it. And no, Chris Quinn is not black. That's why I think Charles Lee, for me, is the leader in the clubhouse to get this job, not just because of that, but because I think he would be a phenomenal hire. He has the exact same thing that Quinn has seen in Miami with the Budenholzer tree, with Giannis, with seeing a championship team. And he's worked his way through the ranks as well. And he's in his late 30s. Like, these guys are almost, I mean, very similar on paper. That's all I know. I don't know their personalities. I don't know their organizational skills from what other people say. All I know is that sometimes greatness rubs off. Sometimes greatness rubs off, and you can't help but get a little bit on you. And so when you're around greatness that long, eventually it happens. And I got a buddy right now that's a huge Milwaukee Bucks fan. And if he was watching this video, he is just smiling ear to ear because he loves when I talk about greatness with Giannis and the Bucks and how good Giannis is. Anyways, yes, the Bucks are really good. All right. The Heat. First, you had the Heatles, then they make the championship, the finals run during that COVID year. Like, are you kidding me? You want to talk about coaching acumen and just proof that Spoelstra is a great coach. My goodness, that Pat Riley is a good GM. For them to be able to put that thing together with what they had, the aggressiveness that they go about things, I think it's really good. And I think Riley's always looking for the next best thing. He's always uber aggressive. So is Troy Weaver. So I do think that Quinn is a good fit. So yes, the question is, did the Detroit Pistons just find their next head coach or their new head coach? I think the answer would be, yeah, like, this would be a great candidate and somebody we'd have to strongly consider. And I'm glad we're interviewing him. That's all I have to say on it. All right. Hey, if you're not a member of this channel, join a membership. Get in there. All right. It's a great way to support the channel. Also get some perks for yourself. Also, hey, leave a comment below. What do you think about Chris Quinn as a potential coaching candidate? We're going to continue talking about these as we hear about it. All right. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.